Hello everybody, it is your TNT Guidance Performance Manager Seal for another round of how to improve your gameplay with esports. Alright, so check it out. Today we are indeed talking about esports. We're a step above your casual gamer here, so I'm going to get right on into it. This could be a lengthy one today, so get yourself comfortable, grab yourself a cup of tea, make sure you're hydrated, and we can begin. So this is a guide that I've designed to have the best outcome for you as a coach and for that of your players as a team. There are some principles here that have an overlap with traditional sports, and as well as that, my own personal experience in teaching snowboarding. First and foremost, it's about understanding the untapped potential of your team and showing them that anything is possible with the right attitude. With that, you have to lead and inspire your squad to create their own decisions and share in the discussion so they can enact on these new strategies in game. With inspiring your team, that also comes with a duty of well-being, which means looking out for the best interests of your players. So you have to understand the current state of your players, if they're fit and ready to put a couple hours online sitting in a chair. You also should ensure if they're well hydrated, had enough sleep, or feeling hungry at all. There are several ways you can offer training to your group. First of all, if it's a new team that you're just beginning with, it's time to start with the basics and progress from there. If your team quickly show that they are more than capable, you can scale it up to more of a whole exercise where you want to focus on one individual skill at a time. This might be something like taking creep score if you're playing League of Legends. If you're playing Pokemon Unite, it might be getting the first kill, it might be getting the first goal. Guided discovery will be broader still, but this time you're letting the team reflect on their actions and discover for themselves what could be improved. For example, communication, positioning, timing. Here is a list of the 4 observables that should be at the front of your mind as a coach in game at any point that you are training with the team. You need to find yourself what constitutes good movement, what constitutes good control, critical thinking, and flow state. Once you understand what constitutes these 4 points to your team, you have to make the team realize that themselves and then make sure the team is playing with these points in mind. If you've never done it before, organizing things for a team and being a coach or a manager can be quite overwhelming. This next segment is designed to give you the tools to interact and improve the gameplay of your team. Keep everything you do orientated around fun. Always have an appreciation for your team for when they show up, put in the effort, and have a great time whilst gaming. Make sure people are keeping it appropriate and respectful to others whilst training. We are all aware of outbursts in game. This can be accepted, however, there is certainly a line. Gamers also need to appreciate the growth mindset. No one is born a pro gamer. Go into this expecting mistakes to happen. Expect miscommunications. Expect a bit of disappointment. This is necessary on the journey to improvement. Learning to deal with this is part of the process. Furthermore, on this point, another bit of philosophy to take into your next training: there is no failure, only learning experiences. So open your mind, relax, and let's get into it and see what we can discover together. And if you're desperate to win a game, if you're putting all the stakes on your next action, you need to take a step back, realize it's just a game. Remember, we're here to have fun, and if you're not enjoying yourself, then you should take a step back, take a deep breath, allow yourself to relax, think ahead, and bring that positive attitude back, and let's get it in to our next game. From here, I have some scenarios to give you the perspective of having to train someone in game. I'd like you to spend 2 minutes reading this description and deciding how you would approach this scenario. Think about building a rapport with your player and structuring that progression into improving their play. This is our final scenario. I'd like you to consider the experience and skill level of this player and what is triggering this behavior. How are you going to get around that and guarantee the best results for the next game? So I hope you have those ideas in your mind. The next step for you is to take action and work with your player. I have provided a profiling report for you, which is accessible from the link below. Some of you should be familiar with this. This is only the first of 2 steps necessary to get going with your first training session. Secondly, once you have an understanding for the needs of your player, you can work together to create some goals. Here, I'm going to link you the document to create those goals together. Let's start with 4 goals for you and your team or player to think about during their training sessions to come. You can structure this over the course of a year, a month, or a week. It's completely up to you. That brings me to the end of today's presentation in training. I hope you find this useful. If you have any questions, do contact me on Discord. For now, get out there and get training.